Thank you for Patreon now for donating to the Patreon.
Hey guys, Vanity Ezel back in the Card Fight Vanguard as in the Vanity Weekly video. So we got Jojo Tyke, come subscribe and start, shall we? Okay, thank God Bushy's actually keeping this one short and sweet this week because my throat's actually hurting. I think I might be sick from all the videos I've been recording, so if for some reason I just start talking or I sound weird, that's kind of why I think I'm actually getting sick. So let's go ahead and get this covered, shall we? I'm going to give a little bit of information because, again, throat hurting. So let's go ahead and get started with set 10 reveals because Bushy has started revealing set 10 now that Graphogia has finished up set 9. First up, we have the Desire Devil cards. Okay, I don't know why the D looks like this. It's mini D, I get. He has a small D, everyone. He has a small D. Anyways, this cool-looking card, who sadly isn't nearly as good as he looks, is a great one boost by AK Shield, AK Base, Desire Devil, Gutoran. Auto one is put into your soul from your rear guard by the ability of your Vanguard agreed on its card name. Choose one of your Vanguards, and it gets plus 15, and you may give it plus 15 for that turn, and if you do, lose a drive for the turn. Okay, me and my friend who played Gridon have been kind of, kind of going back and forth with this card, and we're like, it's kind of not worth it, because Green already gets a shit ton of numbers on its own, especially if you play it right, and losing a drive for it, like, yeah, it prevents you from decking out, but you really don't need the numbers. Like, I see the good side to this. It's a free 15, and it prevents you from decking out, or at least, like, slows down the deck out, but your whole plan with Gridon shouldn't be slowing down deck out, but instead beating your opponent before you get to that deck out point. So, my personal opinion on this, Gutoran is if you choose to run it, you build your entire game plan around this, and if you don't, then you just don't run it at all. At best, it's a 2 of, so take that as you will. Then we have this new horsey motherfucker who is both, in my opinion, worse and better than Goemon, which we've been running for a while now, and that's Desire Devil Fuujo. Great tune stuff, 5k shield, 10k base. Autos put when this unit is put into your soul by the rear guard by your Vanguard with grid on its card name's ability. Choose an opponent's rear guard and murder it. So all around, pretty good ability. Shove it to soul for grid on, get a rear guard kill, so nullify intercepts or get rid of pesky units, which is all around amazing. And then auto soul when your Vanguard with grid on its card name attacks by binding this card face up until the end of the battle. When your opponent would call cards from hand, a guard circle, they must call 2 or more at the same time. Okay, so it's arguably both better and worse than Goemon in the sense that, it's guaranteedly better because it at least gets a rear guard kill for free. The thing that makes it arguably worse and better is the fact that for Goemon, while yes, he's a counterblast and this one over here is for free, the issue is that Goemon stands for the entire turn. This one doesn't, and Goemon you can call out of soul for next turn because it stays in soul. Well, this one you have to bind it face up, and this only goes for the battle. So, in my opinion, if you're not going for the rear guard kill, Goemon is better, but this rear guard kill makes it like worth running over Goemon simply because it can put pressure on rear. So in my opinion, it's a solid 3 over 4 of in your deck, just because again, rear guard kills and it acts as a secondary Goemon, but it's really up to you on that one because again, you only really run it for the rear guard skill, not for the murdering skill. Then we have a new prayer dragon in the form of drill equipped dragon Drillize. Grade 3 turn persona, 13k base, auto sorry, give me a second. Auto rear guard when this unit attacks. If you have a unit in the crossover just state, this unit gets plus 10k for the battle, which is great. So he's a 23k swing. All around is not bad. I'm really hoping the next Verena they reveal kind of wants this because honestly, a crossover just kind of has power already because what you normally want to do, or at least how I play crossover dress, is just spam the board with crossover dresses. So I would prefer that they either give us a grade 1 that crossover dresses, like I was asking for in regular Verena, or they instead make some sense where you want to have this on your board. Because like I said, normally I have double crossover dress on my board. Either way, it's still a solid card though, being a 10k swing. So as long as you have 1 crossover dress, it's a 23k swing with a persona at 33k swing. So it's a solid grade 3 nonetheless. If it was a 1 grade lower, I'd say it'd be amazing, but that's just what it is. So I guess a 1 of or 2 of tech doesn't really mind having this as much. Next up we have a grade 2 from Grand K called Threat Fusionegator. Grade 2 is 5k shield, 10k base. Auto one's put on guard circle. If your order zone has a grade 3 or greater set order, it gets plus 10k shield for the battle. So all around, it's a 15k possible interceptor or just on place from hand. It just requires a grade 3 set order, so it does work out decently well with Orphis because Orphis wants to have that grade 3 set order. I think to my knowledge, Orphis is the only one that actually has a grade 3 set order. Someone actually went Ava too, so all around works pretty good for both decks. It's not an amazing card, but it is a solid option for guarding power, so I give it an easy 2 of in the decks of either Ava or Orphis or whatever other decks that can maintain a grade 3 set order for the turn. And then we have our last few reviews for the set. Sorry, my voice is still hurting, and it's like 2 a.m. in the morning. Sage of Horoscopy, Sron, grade 0 boost, 5k shield, 6k base, honor upon you, 1 draw card. So they just remade an entire new Rattling that's kind of like Genesis and Hexor feeling. I don't know why they didn't just go with the Graham Grace Rattling idea, because that honestly would have been what a lot of people wanted. Or Angel Fighter, they just went in the completely opposite direction, but okay. still, it looks cool as a starter, though I've been hearing this kind of rules hex orbs. Let's keep going. Then we have Sage of Elixir Eliron, greater 1 boost 5k shield, 8k base, auto removed upon by Sage of Robust Strogon. You can declare either normal unit or trigger unit, and then reveal the top card of your deck. If you reveal the card type that you declared, you may put it to your hand, and if you do not, you put it to the soul or the top of the deck. So, essentially, ride the grade 2, get a free Hexa Orb skill. Granted, it's more Mega style, but essentially, if you call it right, whether it's a normal or trigger, you may put it to hand, and I'm pretty sure that means if you don't put it to hand, it goes back to deck. And if you, if you do declare it wrong, then it goes to soul or deck anyways. So, free soul charge, free top deck guaranteed, and a possible free hand card. All around, that ability is already better than whatever Hex Orb starter can give us. And then auto, when this unit is placed on rear guard, if you have a Vanguard with Solrairon in its card name, choose up to 1 normal unit from your hand, reveal it. If you reveal a card, draw a card, put that reveal card to the top of your deck. Okay. Pretty interesting, allows you to deck stack, which is nice, and allows you to essentially swap a hand card, the top card of your deck, which can be abusable for what Solrairon actually does, because I have briefly read its skill. So solid grade 1, I don't think it's going to be amazing for Solrairon, but I do think it has some nice rearguard skill, and I'm glad they're giving us rearguard skills again, like how Unica had it, because it's honestly starting to be very refreshing. So we have 1 of them in the red deck, possibly 2 of them in the main deck. Then we have Sage of Robust Strogon, Great Unit 5k shield, 10k base. On a Rotopalm, if you're van by a unit with Solrairon in its card name, choose a copy of this and Eliron from your soul, and you may call him the rear guard. Okay, I am disappointed that its skill is literally word for word almost the exact same as the Unica rad line, but hey, it's a second skill makes up for it, which is auto rear guard. When your normal unit is revealed by the ability of your Vanguard Solrairon in its card name, this unit gets auto rear guard at the end of the battle. This unit attack, retire it to countercharge 1 till end of turn. Okay, so Nirvana can't get a countercharger, but this new ride line gets a countercharger and a card that calls itself and literally just does it for free for the deck's main mechanic, and you don't even have to hit for it. Pushy is clearly playing favorites out here, but I do love Strogon's skill. It has countercharge capabilities. To my knowledge, Solrairon does not look like a deck that will involve counterblast, but then again, I didn't read over its new support cards, so we'll figure that out in a second, but I do like this grade 2 a lot, so I'm willing to bet it's a solid 3 in the deck. Then we have this boy who literally looks like Marin, but like all grown up, and that is Great Sage of Heavenly Law Solrairon. Great 3 Trainer Persona, 13k base, auto Vanguard at the beginning of your battle phase. By soul blasting, when you declare either a normal unit or a trigger unit, reveal the top card of your deck. If you reveal a card of the declared type, and this unit gets continued Vanguard, all your units get plus 5k for the turn. Okay, so because this thing doesn't have to be placed from hand for its ability, when you superior call, this is when you draw, and then you stack a normal unit on top, and then you just say, oh, normal unit, proceed to get the 5k. So pretty great. The thing is, I don't know if so first up, he's not a once per turn, meaning if you by some miracle got a second battle phase, you could stack that, but also the fact that it doesn't say where the revealed card goes, so I'm pretty sure that means it goes back to the deck, so it just stays on top. So if you call it a trigger unit and you do top deck a trigger unit, it just stays there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but all around, pretty solid skill. I like it a lot. And then auto Vanguard, when this unit attacks a Vanguard, by counter blasting 1, you look at the top 2 cards of your deck, you choose a card from one of them, call it to rear guard or discard it, and you put the rest on top or bottom. So trigger stacking, you get to see your triggers before you start the battle phase possibly, and you get a free plus 5. You get 4 attacks, and you do this all while your opponent's at grade 2. I don't know if they just chose the fact that Hexa Orb just was feeling irrelevant, because they just were like, yeah, so this is Hexa Orb, but 20 times better. It has the multi-attack. Granted, it gets less power, but it does it more consistently, and yeah, and it can also work while your opponent's at grade 2 and doesn't have to require a Persona right to stack a trigger to top, or an order for that matter. So Solrairon all around is a solid grade 3. I love this thing. His art looks fucking amazing, and he just gives me that Marin vibe. So all around, I like him a lot. He's a solid grade 3, and I can't wait to test this out once Hell Week is over and once I'm not sick anymore from doing all these recordings. Solid 4 of. And then thankfully our last card for today is Dependable Pierce Dragon. My throat is starting to hurt, so I'm just going to run through this one. Grade 3 Trainer Persona, 13k base. Auto when it's placed on rear guard. If you have a Vanguard Solrairon in its card name, choose 1 normal unit from your hand, reveal it. If you reveal a card, draw a card, put that revealed card to the top of the deck. Okay, so they're trying not to break it by not stacking triggers on top, though it's not like that's going to fix anything. You're just still getting guaranteed multi-attack. And then auto rear guard once per turn. When a normal unit is revealed by the ability of your Vanguard Solrairon in its card name, this unit gets auto rear guard. When this unit attacks, you may have this unit get plus 5k for the battle. If you do, put it to soul at the end of the battle until end of turn. Okay.
So far, Solrairon doesn't seem very cost heavy. Literally the only card I see here that has a remote cost is himself, and it's one of each Counter Blast and Soul Blast. We have literally a card that counter charges for free, and then we have a card that soul charges for free. I don't get how they're expecting Solrairon games to go, but this seems like unnecessarily beneficial once like the next few support has like a fuck ton of Counter Blast and Soul Blast cost. Either way, it's a solid grade 3. I do like it. It's a free 5k swing, and not to mention it's a draw and replace something and guarantee yourself a good multi-attack for the turn. So solid grade 3. I got a lot. I give it a 4 of. And then on 12 was revealed for the V and premium stuff. They're doing a massive reprint set where you just get a lot of old cards, and they revealed that some of the old cards, for example, Shrouded Divine Knight Godblade, that one Royal Paladin stride from the first Royal Paladin trial deck in G, will bring you new skills. So like, for example, Gallade will have new skills, but it's kind of like Errata's, where they won't invalid your old copies, but they will effectively have new skills, along with their current ones, which is great. So, all around, I can't wait to see where that kind of goes. And without further ado, I'm going to end you here, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't like, subscribe, join us, go to follow Twitch, and after this uploads, I'm going to go back to sleep because I'm actually feeling very sick. So, I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to turn up your vanguards.